Oh, there you are, YouTube. Okay, October 3rd, what are we watching? What is it?
Apartment 7A. I have to see if that one's out yet.
Uh-oh.
Oh no!
Apartment 7A.
Ow!
If we can find it, we will watch it. So this was very interesting, this Apartment 7A, because the title, I didn't catch the connection that it had with a classic. That classic being Rosemary's Baby. This is a Rosemary's Baby prequel. Again, went into this not knowing anything. It was just one that my wife put on the list, and I don't even think she knew anything about it. She just put it on the list because we heard it was a new horror film. And yeah, no, I didn't read the synopsis or anything. So we're sitting there, we're watching this thing, watching, and then we see Minnie and Roman Cassavet. Is it Cassavetes? Cassavet or Cassavetes? Can't remember. But we see them, we hear their name, and then my wife's like, "Wait, that sounds familiar." And I was like, I don't know. I wasn't picking up on it. And she's like, "No, I think that's like the old couple from Rosemary's Baby." And I was like, "Oh my goodness, it is. And then we like realized this is the same universe as Rosemary's Baby. Like we're seeing characters pop up. And actually, the lead played by Julia Garner, you know, from Ozark. If you watch that show, great show. She's also in Rosemary's Baby. I would say Minnie and Roman. Minnie's played by Diane Wiest, which is cool, but who looks great, by the way. They are, I feel like, made up to look very much like the Minnie and Roman that we know. Not perfect, but you know, it's very clear. Where here, Julia Garner's character, who is Terry, very different. Looks very different. Like Terry almost has like a bee in Rosemary's Baby, almost has like a beehive, right? And kind of has a different personality about her. And then in Rosemary's Baby, right? And then in this one, Terry's at the point that she would have met Rosemary would have been kind of spiraling. So in basically there's like an overlap area that happens that does not exist in this movie. So we see Rosemary and Terry in Rosemary's Baby, but we don't see them together in this movie, right? It's like that happens off screen, probably because we've already seen it. But it was kind of fun to watch this. You know, it's not as good as the classic. How is it gonna be? But I still enjoyed it. I like that. You know, you have references, but they don't feel like style references. They just feel like, you know, this is the month before or whatever sort of references, or the year before, or well, probably year. I don't know. Whatever. Let's say a year or two before or something. I don't know the timeline. But actually, just moments before. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know, because there's a mid-credit scene. You want to see the mid-credit scene. It's not really mid. It's like you see a couple producers and then it gives you the scene or something like that. Or you see the title. I don't remember, but it is it's fun seeing the connections, seeing those exist, because they don't feel too tip of the hatty. They just feel like, well, that makes sense because this takes place right before these things would be similar, right? That sort of thing. But yeah, how do you beat a classic? I don't know if they're trying to beat a classic. They're probably not trying to beat a classic. It's just, you know, let's play in this world a little bit more. Let's take a look at Terry's life, and you know, we get a glimpse of her in Rosemary's Baby. So let's let's expand on that and learn about her. And she's a dancer, and that's all she wants to be. She wants to be on stage, and her name in big lights. And then she breaks her ankle, and then she thinks her dream is over. But then she gets picked up by Minnie and Roman, and they are willing to help her out. But if there's anything we know from Rosemary's Baby, they are not there to help. They have other motives in mind. And yeah, it's kind of interesting because if you have seen Rosemary's Baby and you recognize that this movie is Rosemary's Baby right off the bat, I mean, we figured it out pretty early, but it was still kind of like shocking. But you kind of know everything that's going to happen here. You kind of, it all kind of, you piece it together really quickly. But I found it still captivating, even though that was the case. But anyway, I'm curious if you've seen this. Do you plan on watching it this spooky season? What other movies are you watching this spooky season? I'd love to know. Let me know in the comments below, and perhaps we'll see you tomorrow for more Pure Hangout.